Hi, welcome to Mathematics with Mr. Charles. Today we are continuing with numbers and number sense. We will be specifically looking at multiplication and division of integers. Our learning objective is to multiply and divide integers by other integers. Okay, multiply, divide integers by other integers. Good, let's go on. Now, there are rules that govern the multiplication of integers. For instance, a positive number, okay, a positive number multiplied by another positive number always equal a positive number. So we say positive, okay, times positive equals positive. Okay, positive times positive equals positive. Alright, that's the first rule for multiplication of integers. The second rule says that a positive number multiplied by a negative number equals a negative number. So we say positive, okay, multiplied by negative equals a negative number. Alright, then a negative number times a positive number would give us a negative times a positive would equal to a negative. Alright, and the final rule for multiplication is that whenever you are multiplying two negative numbers, the answer would always be positive. So a negative multiplied by negative would give us positive. Okay, so these are the rules you need to remember for the multiplication of integers. Let's look at the rules for division. Okay, they are very similar to the rules for multiplication. So a positive number divided by, okay, okay, a positive number. So a positive number divided by a positive number equals a positive number. Okay, then we have a positive number divided by a negative number okay, would give us a negative number. Okay, positive divided by negative is negative. Positive number, okay, sorry, not positive but negative, a negative number divided by a positive number, okay, a negative number divided by a positive number would give us a, so negative divided by positive equals negative. Okay, and if you divide two negative numbers, you would get a positive number. So negative divided by negative, right, would equal to a positive. Okay, so it's very important that you remember those rules. Okay, so remember, a positive number multiplied by a positive number will always give you a positive number. Positive times negative equals negative. Negative times positive equals negative. Negative times negative equals positive. Okay, and for division, we say that a positive number divided by a positive number would give you a positive number. A positive divided by a negative would give you a negative. If negative, okay, a negative divided by a positive would give you a negative, and the negative divided by a negative would give you a positive. Okay, let's look at some questions. So here we have 7 or positive 7 multiplied by negative 3. Remember, we stated that a positive multiplied by a negative would always give us a negative. So we know our answer would be negative. So 7 threes are 21. So the answer is negative 21. Right? Then we have negative 8 divided by positive 4. Okay, negative 8 divided by positive 4, that's equal to, the answer would be negative because it's a negative divided by a positive. Right? Negative divided by positive is negative. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, so the answer is negative 2. Okay, then we have negative 12 multiplied by negative 2. What did we say about multiplying a negative number by a negative number? Okay, negative times negative equals positive. So negative 12 divided by negative 2 would be 6, because 12 divided by 2 is 6. Good, we do not put the positive sign in front of here because an integer without a sign in front of it, it's understood that that integer is positive. Okay, then the next question says 15 divided by negative 3. Okay, positive divided by negative, that is negative, so our answer will be negative. Okay, so negative 15 divided by 3 is 5, so our answer is negative 5. Okay, then we have 2 multiplied by negative 4 divided by negative 8. Okay, so let's deal with the first part first. 2 multiplied by negative 4 equals negative 8. Okay, because positive times negative is negative, and 2 times 4 is 8. Now negative 8 divided by negative 8 would give us what? A negative divided by a negative equals to a positive. Okay, and 8 divided by 8 is 1. So our answer is 1. Okay, so we're going good so far. Here we have 6 or negative 6 multiplied by negative 3 times positive 5. So let's see what that would work out to. So we have, this would be equal to negative 6 times negative 3. We will deal with that part first. Negative times negative is positive. 6 3s 18. Okay, then we have to put back the multiplication sign, then put 5. 18 times 5. Okay, 5 8s are 40. Okay, so you put on the 0. 5 1s are 5, and 4 is 9. 18 times 5 is 90. So our answer here is 90, positive 90. Good. Then we have negative 9 squared multiplied by 2. Whenever we are squaring a number, we have to multiply that number by itself. So negative 9 squared is the same as negative 9, okay, multiplied by negative 9. Good. And then we multiply by 2. Okay, we just carry the times 2. So we know that negative multiplied by negative would give us a positive. Okay, and 9 multiplied by 9 is 81. So we get 81 multiplied by 2. Okay, 81 multiplied by 2, what will that give us? 2 1s 2, 2 8s 16. Okay, so 162. That's positive 162 because negative times negative equals positive. Good. Good. The next question we have negative 27 divided by negative 3 squared. That's equal to negative 27, okay, divided by 3 squared, which is the same as negative 3 squared, okay, divided by negative 3 times negative 3. Okay, and I'll put that in bracket. Okay, because we don't want to confuse everything. Because this squared the negative 27 must be divided by the entire negative 3 squared. Okay, so negative 3 times negative 3, negative times negative equals a positive. 3 times 3 is 9. So that's positive 9. Okay, so we get negative 27 divided by positive 9. Good. And negative 20 divided by a positive would give us a negative, so we know our answer would be negative 27 divided by 9, because 9 threes are 27. Okay, so we get negative 3 as our answer. Okay, negative 3. Good. Now let's continue. Okay, we have 3 more questions. Here we have 25 multiplied by, negative 25, that is, multiplied by positive 3. What would that give us? Negative 25 multiplied by positive 3, that is equal to negative multiplied by positive is negative. 25 times 3 is 75, so that's negative 75. Okay, negative multiplied by positive is negative. Negative 75 divided by, this here means divided by, yeah? Okay, this means divided by. Okay, good. So negative 75 divided by 5, what would that give us? Okay, well, we have 75 divided by 5. 5 into 5, 1. 5 into 7, right? 1. Okay, 1. Remainder 2. Okay, let me annotate there. 5 into 5 is 1. 5 into 7 is 1. Remainder 2. Okay, because 5 ones 5, 7 take away 5 is 2. Then 5 into 25 is 5. So negative 75 divided by negative 75 divided by 5 equals negative 15. Okay, because a negative divided by a positive is a negative, and that's our answer here. Then the next question says negative 2 cubed divided by 4 multiplied by negative 3 squared. So negative 2 cubed is the same as negative 2, okay, times negative 2. Good. Negative 2, okay, times negative 2. Alright, and then we have to divide that by 4. Okay, divide that by 4, then multiply that by negative 3 times negative 3. Okay, so negative times negative is a positive, times a negative is a negative. Okay, I'll go over that again. A negative multiplied by a negative would give you a positive, and a positive multiplied by a negative would give you a negative. So we would get negative 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so negative 8, okay, divided by 4 multiplied by negative 3 times negative 3. Negative times negative is positive. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, we work from left to right. Okay, left to right. So we get negative 8 divided by 4. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So that's negative 2 because negative divided by positive is negative. Multiplied by 9. Okay, now we have a negative multiplied by a positive. Okay, so our answer would be negative. 2 times 9 is 18. So we get negative 18. Right? And that is our answer there. Okay, we have last one to do, and that is negative 3 times negative 2 squared, and you would have to square all that. Okay, so the square of negative 3 times negative 2 squared. Let's work out that on another page. Okay, so we have eraser. Okay, and I'll use a different color ink. So we have negative 3 multiplied by negative 2 squared all squared. Okay, let's double check to make sure we have the correct question. Right, negative 3 times negative 2 squared all squared. Good, let's work it out. So we have to expand. The way we have to work out this, we have to expand first, then simplify. So let's expand. Okay, I'll use a different color ink for the visual learners. So we have negative 3. Okay, negative 3 times negative 2 times negative 2. Right, good, because it's negative 2 squared, so you have to, whenever you are squaring a number, you multiply the number by itself. So negative 2 squared equals negative 2 times negative 2. Okay, and since you're squaring the entire thing, you have to multiply this bracket by itself. So times, okay, this same bracket, negative 3, okay, multiplied by negative 2 times negative 2, because you have to square everything, which means that you have to multiply everything by itself. Good, so we're going good so far. Let me use a different color again. That would be equal to negative 3 times negative 2. Okay, negative times a negative would give us a positive. A positive times a negative would give us a negative. Okay, so negative times negative equals a positive. A positive times a negative is a negative. So we know that this bracket would be negative. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So that's negative 12. Okay, let me make my 2 better than that. Okay, so negative 12. Negative 12, and since this bracket here is the same as this one, okay, the next bracket would be negative 12 also. Good, we don't even have to bother calculate all that. So we have negative multiplied by negative, that would give us a positive. Okay, negative multiplied by negative would give us a positive. 12 times 12 is 144. That's a square you should know. Okay, 144, and that is our answer there. Okay, so remember the rules when multiplying, okay, integers. Remember the rules when multiplying integers. We have, let's go back to the rules. Okay, back to the rules. So we say a positive divided by a positive equals a positive. A positive divided by a negative equals a negative. A negative divided by a positive equals a negative. And two negatives divided by each other equals a positive. Then finally, okay, we have a positive multiplied by a positive equals a positive. A positive multiplied by a negative equals a negative. Negative times a positive equals a negative, and negative times a negative equals a positive. So these are the rules that you have to remember. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Hope it was helpful. It has been a pleasure. Thank you.